My name is Ron Collins. I'm the principal up at Logan Lake Elementary and Secondary Schools, but I'm also chairperson of the Heavy Metal Rocks Committee. This is our 15th annual event. We're up at the Tecumseh Indian Band Pit, and we are in day 2 of the hands-on session. We do a total of 3 days hands-on, but we also do a couple days prior to this event where we do the construction site safety course through SECA, and students all do the first aid, workplace first aid course through OH&S safety. And at the end of this week, they'll have their 3 days of the hands-on done. And then at the end of June, we also do 2 certifications with the students through Levitt Machinery, where they receive certification on aerial platform lift and counterbalance forklift as well. We have a total of 32 students this year, which is up from the 26 that we've had in the past. We just saw a need for it. We had 52 applications this year to fill the 32 seats. Every student that applies for the program does go through a formal process, a formal interview process, screening and so on. They look at everything from attendance in school to their discipline file, best suited students for the program and so on. We've got, out of the 32 students, there's 21 of them that are grade 12 students, and the remainder are grade 11 students. And on top of that, we have way more females in the program this year. We've got about, I think it's 12 female students in the program. This year we have a total of 104 sponsors that we had prior to printing our banners, and we've had a couple come on board even since then last week, so I would say we're probably close to 110 sponsors this year. Everything from one sponsor donated 4,000 liters of fuel. All total of fuel, we probably have over 10,000 liters, which obviously takes a lot to run this equipment for the 3 days. We've got in excess of probably 50 different pieces of equipment, everything from small packers to a small loader, up to, we got 3 large rock trucks this year, probably a half a dozen excavators. We did have some difficulty this year. Every year it changes. We never know till the day of when we're doing the setup, which is usually the Wednesday of the event, on what equipment is going to be available to show up in the pit. We did have some difficulty this year with a hydrovac truck. We went through 2 different companies, but they were too busy to bring their trucks up here. And then an additional company heard that we were on the search for one, and they actually contacted us through email and said they had one available. So it ended up coming through in the end. But like I say, every year it changes. We've gone through some growing pains and phases. We've got 6 of our stations this year are forestry related, which is up from last year when we had 4, and we plan on increasing that hopefully next year as well. So a lot of the sponsors that we have are actually up here over the 3 days that the students are in the pit, watching the students operating the equipment and so on. Some of our students last year, I'd say at least 6 of them ended up with summer employment out of the program. We always have the question from our potential sponsors of what am I going to see out of this? What's my company going to gain out of it? And it's not that they're going to see something tomorrow, but we've got probably half a dozen of our operators have been in the program before. Some of the people that are running low beds, dropping equipment off and stuff, they're in that industry because they took the program before. We had 2 students, former students this year, show up doing exactly that, dropping the equipment off. They were asked if they knew where the pit was, and they said, "Oh yeah, I know where it is. I took the program previous years, and that's why I'm here." So it's nice to see the kids giving back. We always get asked, do we have any stats on students that came out of the program that are going into the industry? Very difficult to do because they could be 4 years, 5 years down the road. For instance, Stobie Excavating, their excavator behind us here, one of the low bed drivers was one of our top operators 4 years ago, and he's now working for Stobie. When he dropped off the excavator, I said, "How long have you been working for Stobie?" He said 2 days, but he said he loves it already. So another thing I just want to add is that this whole program, other than myself and a couple others that are employed by the school district, is all put on through sponsorship through industry. We definitely couldn't run this. It's the biggest one that our school district 73, puts on with partnerships through industry. Like I said earlier, 4,000 liters of fuel from one company. There's one company that does probably 70% of our low bedding. If it wasn't for companies like that stepping forward, our students wouldn't benefit from it. So everybody knows the shortage coming up, and they put our faith in our future workforce by sponsoring the event and hopefully gaining out of it when the kids graduate from this program. So tomorrow, after the students complete 3 stations in the morning, about 1 o'clock tomorrow, we have a big celebratory barbecue, and then we have an awards ceremony where we thank all of our sponsors, let parents know how thankful we are to have their children here, and we give away 9 $500 awards, everything from TRU giving scholarships towards students going into TRU, top safety for construction side, top safety for forestry side, and everything in between. We've got a couple of sponsors where they're giving toolkits away and so on from Napa and Lordco. All of our parents are invited to attend that session, and any of our sponsors. And on top of that, we also, next Thursday night, we do a thank you to all of our sponsors, and we do a kitchen party at Earl's just to say thank you. It's the least we can do for all of our sponsors giving to this program. I just want to say again, thank you to everybody, and we look forward to Heavy Metal Rocks 2024. I'll put a plug in there. If anybody wants to contribute to the program, they can contact me at Logan Lake Elementary or Secondary School, or you can contact the school board office and they'll put you in touch with me. Thank you.